Atikokan MPP Judith Monteith-Farrell released a statement after her bill to review and improve the Northern Health Travel Grant passed second reading in the legislature yesterday. The statement indicated that an advisory committee will consult with Northern families and healthcare workers on ways to improve the grant. The statement also read that Northerners have been clear that the existing Northern Health Travel Grant doesn't work for them, offering reimbursement rates that are too far below the cost of travel, long wait times, and an unfair expectation that people pay travel costs up front. The statement added that the NDP will keep pushing to ensure that the Ford government takes the steps to enforce this important legislation. The Ontario government's concern for young residents is prompting it to entertain the idea of banning flavored vaping products, that from the province's health minister yesterday, as another Canadian province finalized its own prohibition on the popular items. Christine Elliott said Ontario's progressive conservative government is concerned about the spike in youth vaping and is looking at a variety of measures to address it. The minister's statement came the same day Nova Scotia's health minister announced that province will be the first to ban sales of flavored e-cigarettes and juices starting April 1st, 2020. Randy Delory said the move is aimed at promoting a smoke-free culture in a province where vaping rates have been growing, especially among young people. Elliott said her advice to young people is to not start vaping, adding that some of the products featuring enticing flavors such as cotton candy and peach juice appear to be targeted to a young audience. Vaping proponents say it's a safer alternative to smoking and can help people quit that habit. Ontario said last month it would ban the promotion of vaping products in convenience stores and gas stations, a measure that will come into effect next month. The province's Auditor General said this week in her annual report that as many as 10,000 unsafe commercial vehicles have been allowed to operate on Ontario's roads because of a drop in the number of government inspections. Bonnie Lysyk said 89,000 commercial trucks and buses were inspected last year, down from 113,000 in 2014. She called the 22% decrease as a missed opportunity to prevent injuries and improve road safety. Lysyk noted in her report that in the 10 years from 2008 to 2017, commercial vehicles were involved in more than 182,000 collisions that resulted in 1,180 fatalities. The province had over 290,000 registered commercial vehicles operating in 2018, and truck traffic has increased by 10% over the last decade. Lysyk said collisions involving those vehicles expose people to a higher risk of injury or death because of their size. Her audit also found that the province's transportation ministry had not inspected any vehicles belonging to over half of the province's 60,000 commercial carriers, including some it said were at the highest risk of future collision. Justin Trudeau has launched his second mandate and a new era of minority Liberal government with a throne speech light on details, but heavy on the need for all parties to work together. The speech from the throne, penned by the Prime Minister's office, but read by Governor General Julie Payette, strikes a humble tone as the government appeals to opposition parties to help make the new minority parliament work.
Whether it's fighting money laundering or making parental benefits tax-free, there are good ideas across parties, and this government is ready to learn from you and work with you in the years ahead.
A controversial television ad that aimed to denigrate the federal carbon tax but was roundly mocked for sending the opposite message cost Ontario taxpayers $4 million. The cost of the ad, which was part of the Ford government's campaign against the Ottawa levy, was included in the Auditor General's annual report released on Wednesday. The ad, which featured a narrator listing ways in which the carbon tax would raise prices on everything from gas to groceries, became the subject of ridicule when it was first released earlier this year. While the ad failed to mention the rebate that most households in Ontario will get from the carbon tax, the images accompanying the voiceover showed cascades of change pouring out of air vents, fuel pumps, and store shelves. The Auditors Report criticized the pricey ad, saying that while current regulations give the Auditor General's office less power to object to partisan messages, the government's campaign likely wouldn't have passed muster under the old rules.